Welcome to Imola, in Italy, for Cycling's World Championships road race. The route that's been designed for this year's race is relatively open, and it's difficult to say whether a climber or a puncher will come out on top at the end of the 253 kilometres.
The peloton doesn't seem to want to let the lead group get away. Some teams must think that there are too many people up front.
Here's the second difficulty on today's route, the Cima Gallisterna. Unlike the first difficulty, the steepest section, the one that will whittle down the contenders on the last laps, is reached after 1 kilometre of climbing. The front of the race is crossing the finishing line and is beginning the second lap of the circuit. Another 225 kilometres.
Time gap stabilized.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
It's dead quiet for the moment. Yep, dead quiet.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings. Breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars.
The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standings.
Okay. We'll consume a feed.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standing.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute.
The lead group begins the final lap of these World Championships.
In the leading group, he's the best placed on the points classification.
The assault on the penultimate obstacle of the championship is now underway. The gaps are minuscule. Nothing decided.
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Counter-attack at the front of the peloton. Only 20 kilometers left for the group at the front.
The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way last. But watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers. He's been dropped. The stage is too much for him.
make a big effort on the relay.
Here's the final difficulty for the man at the front.
Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Now the man at the front noses down towards the finishing line, and things are very tight. Nothing is yet decided for the title of World Champion. A little less than 10 kilometers from the finish for this World Championship.
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Continuate! Bravo, bravo!
There's an attack. Watch out, guys. It's up to us to control the race. He's attacking. Chase him down straight away. Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
On continue comme ça.
Only 5 kilometers left for the head of the race.
Just 5 more kilometers. We are heading for a mass sprint. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
The man at the front has just come onto the racetrack. It's very tight, less than 10 seconds lead. Final kilometre before the finishing line for the man at the front. He mustn't let up. He's only got a few meters lead.
Outstanding performance. You beat all the favorites. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day.
Zalo, Moro di Sormano, Civirio and San Fermo della Battaglia in the last 70 kilometers, there's no doubt about it. A strong man will claim victory today.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Time gap stabilized.
The race leaders begin the first difficulty of the day, the ascent of the Colle del Gallo, 5.7 kilometers on an average slope of 7.1%.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
Time gap stabilized. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
It's dead quiet for the moment. Yep, dead quiet.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The front of the race will soon be getting down to the serious business. After a ride along the shore of Lake Como, the assault will begin on the first real difficulty on the route, the Madonna del Ghisallo.
The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The first riders are onto the downhill section. If they still have a clear head, they'll soon spot the chapel at the top of the climb. But let us return to the race and the men at the front, who are now onto steep slopes. The front of the race is finished with the Madonna del Ghisallo. They will now head towards Sormano and its horrendous wall, whose gradient averages out at 15%.
Non mollate! Bravi ragazzi, continuate! Ragazzi, coraggio!
If climbing the Muro di Sormano is an exploit in itself, simply reaching the foot is no easy matter. That entails a 5-kilometer climb at almost 7%.
Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute.
guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
The first riders have reached the village of Sormano. They will now start climbing the horrendous wall, and its percentages of over 20%. It's a decisive moment when the strong men will inevitably edge clear.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
He's asked his teammates to chase you down because you're dangerous to the overall standing. You're going to have to try and hold out. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Romain Bardet is one of the climbers who can compete on the global stage. He's a good climber and puncher, and it's best for his opponents that they keep an eye on him and not give him too much leeway, because he's not just good going up, he's also one of the best descenders in the peloton.
The peloton is 1 minute away. Breakaway over.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
At the top of the Muro di Sormano, there will be a little under 50 kilometers left in the race. And to retain any hope for victory, no rider can crest the summit too far behind the leaders.
He's one of the favourites for the race and the undisputed leader of his team. Watch out for him.
He's accelerating behind. Watch out!
Triples cyclocross world champion, the Belgian Wout van Aert is also able to excel anywhere on the road. We've already seen him win individual time trials, as well as stages that finish in a mass sprint. Not to mention his good performances in the Flanders Classics. So the first riders are now on their way down. A long and technically challenging descent with several winding sections. With 3 stage victories and a 3rd place in the general classification of the Vuelta, Tadej Pogačar was the revelation of 2019 when it came to stage races. He did not take long to consolidate his reputation, winning the Tour de France yellow jersey the following year. The descent is over, and now it's the second feed zone for the front of the race. The road will be far more even over the next 15 kilometers or so. That is, right to the foot of the next obstacle, the Civiglio.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
The head of the race arrives in Como. Now there's a little over 20 kilometers left and 2 obstacles to be cleared. The Civiglio and the San Fermo della Battaglia. Here's the 20-kilometer marker for the man at the front. He'll begin the ascent of the Civiglio, 4.3 kilometers and an average slope of 9.2%.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
Breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way last, but watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers.
Breakaway over.
Dai, forza!
At the top of the Civiglio, the outcome is still not sure for the men in front. Things will be decided on the San Fermo della Battaglia climb. The descent brings the riders towards Como and the final difficulty of the day, the San Fermo della Battaglia. There are 10 kilometers left before the finish. Here's the last challenge of the day. 2.7 kilometers at 7.2% of the San Fermo della Battaglia. If the man in front manages to go over the top on his own, he's done the most difficult bit. After that, it's downhill to the finishing line. Barely 5 kilometers left for the man in front, but it's still tight. There's everything left to play for.
joy.
To you. We were the pre-race favourites, and you lived up to the role with brio. Well done for this win. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day.
We've got enough of a point lead for the polka dot jersey. There's no way we can lose it today. Keep it up.
The breakaway can't widen the gap.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The first climb of the day is classified as 4th category. There will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings. The breakaway can't widen the gap.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The next 2 climbs are classified as 4th category. There is only 1 point to be had at the top of each. The first 15 score points at the intermediate sprint. The first will pocket 20 points. The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. One and a half minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Allez les gars, continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage!
Les gars, continuez comme ça.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
Okay, we'll consume a feed.
The riders up front have a 1-minute lead on the favourites group.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Allez les gars, courage.
Les voilà! Lâchez rien! Allez!
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
You've got to react straight away, guys. He's taken provisional lead of the overall standings.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio. Allez les gars, c'est bien.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
He's attacking.
Understood. Stick to the wheels in front, whatever happens.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
Bravo les gars!
Okay, I'll avoid any extreme effort.
Allez les gars! Bravo les gars!
Allez les gars.
Oh les gars!
Oui, allez, allez, foncez, foncez.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars.
Allez
On y
les
va,
gars!
on y va, on y va.
Okay, if the pace is too fast, I won't insist.
Allez, continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
Bravo les gars.
Unsurprisingly, Mont Ventoux is classified all category. The winner will therefore pocket 20 points for the mountains classification. He's attacking.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. With 3 stage victories and a 3rd place in the general classification of the Vuelta, Tadej Pogacar was the revelation of 2019 when it came to stage races. He did not take long to consolidate his reputation, winning the Tour de France yellow jersey the following year. He's one of the favourites for the race and the undisputed leader of his team. Watch out for him. 1.5 minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
We've just passed the 10-kilometre marker, and it's the breakaway that's opening the road.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
Triples cyclocross world champion, the Belgian Wout van Aert is also able to excel anywhere on the road. We've already seen him win individual time trials, as well as stages that finish in a mass sprint. Not to mention his good performances in the Flanders Classics. He's a luxury teammate. He'll do his utmost to help his leader. Primoz Roglic is a stage race specialist. Very strong in the mountains and able to accelerate in the final meters, he bounced back from his Tour de France 2020 disappointment to win Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and for the second time in a row, the Tour of Spain. The first have reached the Chalet Reynard. It will be a little less Hardeman for 1 kilometre, the time they catch their breath before facing the final and ever steeper slopes of the Mont Ventoux.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
The observatory is in sight for the head of the race. Another 3 kilometers of effort for the man in front. At 2 kilometers from the summit, the man in front is on course to add his name to the list of winners. But it's not over yet, as the chasers are within 30 seconds. The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
Continuez comme ça. Allez. Continuez comme ça, les gars. On est avec vous.
The front man will soon be under the red pennant. The gap isn't big, so he mustn't fade.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
The lead rider has 30 seconds on the favourites.
Allez, courage les gars.
We should have won. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day.